Alright guys, welcome to the video, and this week we have some new trials. So for our trials we have damage, queens or matriarchs. Obviously you have to wait for the map condition for where they spawn in, like the harvester, etc. The next we have search first wave husks. Quite a simple one. You've always seen these around, that on the floor there's little arcs that are absolutely battered. Damage flying arcs. I feel like this is an easy one. Like a lot of people can do this just playing the game naturally. The thing everyone hates on Salamontis, damage shredders, and then finally open arc probes, which is quite a simple one if you know where to look, and you know what, you could just do it casually also at the same time. But yeah, in the video we're going to talk about the best way to do it, how I did it, and hopefully can give you some tips or insights on how to get these done and get your 4 stars. Obviously my scores are a bit higher because I like to do my 4 stars first, my 3 stars, sorry, my 3 stars first. And then work on getting a higher score to advance up the leaderboards. We are in Daredevil 2, and we want to go for double X promotion to get to Hot Shot next. So yeah, but yeah, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so the first one we're getting into is the Baron Husks. Now I did this on Electromagnetic Storm, which is 2x. There's also a lot of husks I find on this, and especially on Dam there's a lot. Now, the main area you want to go to is like the swampy area on the left, which has a lot of Baron Husks, which you know if you play the game a lot. And then obviously another really good area is in front of the dam and the red lakes near the raider hatch. So anywhere around there, there's always a fair few of those. But yeah, I found this out by using Metaforge. So I'll pop a screenshot of the map, what it looks like here, and there'll be a link to the actual website down below. Now, as you can see, I actually got a really good spawn here, which is the Red Lakes, the area I told you about before. This area is really good. So what you want to do is basically run towards the Red Lake and the Raider Hatch area, that mound in the middle, and you'll find a fair few of these. So, for example, you see on the screen right now, this is a Baron Husk. They're basically the arcs that have been destroyed, and you can breach them and search them. And yeah, you want to do these. So you actually have larger ones, which is this. That actually gave me 600 points when I refreshed it in a bit. But yeah, that gave me 600 points. And then when I do a smaller one, so like a Wasp Husk or something like that, they actually only give you 300. So you guys can do the maths. You can figure out how much you need. But basically just run around as fast as you can and try and do them. Now, I would recommend doing it as a solo player, mainly because trials I find like this are easy for solo, especially if you just want to go for low 3 stars. Low 3 stars and 4,000 score. Low risk because most people are doing trials and solos, so you don't really have to worry about people shooting you. Well, that's the case in my lobby. Another thing I found is actually even if you haven't breached one, say someone else has done the Baron Husk and they've actually opened it up already, all you have to do is search it. So once you've searched it, that still counts towards your actual points and score towards the trials. So yeah, you just want to run around, do as many as you can, as fast as possible. Basically get that 3,000 score, 4,000 score, get those 3 stars, and exit as soon as you can. It's a simple trial. Like I said, you got lucky with the spawn. I would recommend Dam on Electromagnetic Storm again. But yeah, that's an easy trial, and let's move on to the next one. Right, so the next trial I did was actually the damage flying arcs or flying enemies or whatever it was called. And basically, it's just an easy one. You can do it on any map. Just make sure you do it on a 2x condition. As you can see, I'm back here on Dam. You could do it, I would recommend doing it on Spaceport because honestly it's a lot more flying stuff around there, or like a hidden bunker event because it's a lot easier and you get a longer time. But it's a simple one, just load in with a heavy gun, a fair bit of ammo, some shields, and then climb up to a high point so you can see all the arcs that fly around and basically just start shooting them. It's as simple as that. Now if you do want to get a high score on this, I recommend actually doing some preparation work. So for my instance, my score, I've got like 21 or 25k as we speak. And basically I got some snitch scanners. So shoot the snitches, collect the scanners. I collected a bunch of those and then loaded into another game, threw all of them, threw a couple of wolf packs and instantly destroyed them. That's another way I like to go for like scores that are over 3,000, etc, etc. But yeah, that's an easy way to do it, guys. This trial's pretty simple. You can probably do it just playing the game, but yeah, that's it. Flying enemies. The only thing that I do say is the harder the enemy, The more points you get, so you'll get more points for a Hornet than a Wasp. And you'll get more points for a Rocketeer, maybe like 1,000 I think, or maybe 2,000 for a Rocketeer if you defeat one of those. But yeah guys, that's this trial. So let's move on to the next one. Right guys, so the next one is actually the Queen or Matriarch damage. As you can see from this, I went in stacked and packed. Now, I would recommend you taking a, what's it called, a Hole Cracker, or a Philion, or any other high damage weapon towards arcs. Hole Cracker is my recommendation with a few wolf packs. Basically, you want to load into the event where these arcs are available. For me, it was on Damn Battlegrounds. Now, when I loaded into Damn Battlegrounds, it wasn't my first time. I actually loaded in a fair few times to different maps like Spaceport. I loaded into Blue Gate, etc, etc. The only problem is people are doing this trial also, so that Queen or Matriarch dies very fast. It dies within the first 5 minutes of the map. Fortunately, when I loaded into my Dam trial, it was nearby and I could run to it and get some damage in early. Now, as you can see here, guys, people have already started to attract the attention of the giant arc. I can't remember if it's a queen. I think it was definitely a queen, yeah. So yeah, they've attracted the queen. They've taken a position inside the harvester. You know what? I don't mind that because I'm not a big fan of that area. So obviously I was solo. Unfortunately, no one was shooting each other. They were all doing the same trial. But I think I was prepared a little bit better, apart from the guy at the top, which you'll probably see in the video. But yeah, so I took the Hole Cracker and I played this little mound here because, you know what, the arcs weren't coming towards me, the queen was aggroed away, and I could just get some free shots in and just reload and just keep shooting without worrying about attacks. Now, eventually I did a lot of damage and it did come towards me, and you'll see that right now of how it chased me around this mound for a fair while. But yeah guys, so on Battleground, Damn Battleground, this is probably the best way to do it. I find this the easiest way to do it for me personally, just because there's a lot of cover and a lot of area, and I can shoot from a safe distance. But yeah, it's basically just spamming my Hole Cracker into the middle, like where the waist, or like the, I don't know, like where the exposed bit you'd say, or like where you would imagine a core for a arc or giant robot would be. You want to spam it around there because I think it does do a lot more damage than if you aim in the legs or something like that. But yeah, basically you just want to keep shooting and until it blows up. And as you can see from there, it didn't quite blow up. It more like collapsed. I was hoping for a big explosion, but no. It just collapsed. But yeah, just make sure you're outputting damage all the time. It's like a DPS thing, you know. Just make sure you're damaging it, and then you can get that. Just make sure you check your score as well, because like once you get your 4,000, well, there's 3 stars. You can relax a little bit. But yeah, just remember to run over and loot the actual queen and get your queen reactor, hopefully. But yeah, let's move on to the next trial. So the next trial, guys, is the probes, or search arc probes. Now the arc probes are the rockets that land in, or they crash on the floor, the white tubular things that you have to breach, and basically there's arc elements inside. You'll see from this video here, I'm walking up to one, so if you can't remember what they look like, this is one. And basically, you want to run up to it and basically
Oh yeah.
break it.
Loot this
As,
fucker. Loot this.
as you can see, Okay. it's definitely breach it
Okay,
and
bro.
search it. I mean, it also counts if you don't breach it. So if that guy had breached
Oh no,
it
watch out,
and I
bro.
ran over and searched it, that would also count for me towards my points. I did this on prospecting probes on Spaceport, which means they landed more frequently, so there's a lot more around the map. I don't think it's a 2x condition, but you know what? It's fairly easy, apart from these arcs here that actually came out of nowhere. And I went in with a free kit, which was, you know, a very, very big hindrance to me. But yeah, you just want to run around and basically do as many as you want. It's a simple one. Prospecting probes I found was simple. Another good place to do it is Electrostorm on Dam, because there's loads of them on Dam. And I think Bluegate has a lot on Electrostorm as well, if you can get that. But yeah, guys, you just want to run around and search them all. It's an easy trial, to be honest. I think I had to do about 10 because it was on double X. So you probably have to do about 5 if you do a 2x map condition. But yeah, guys, that's the prospecting probes. And this has been me struggling against some arcs while I hammer them to death. After that, let's just move on to the next
Not the
trial.
best of jobs.
Alright guys, so we're on to the last and final trial, which is damage shredders. Now you want to do this on Stellamontis Night Raid because that's the only place you get shredders. And obviously 2x. So I took in an anvil and a shotgun. Shotgun does a lot of damage and it actually pushes them back. They also drop shotgun ammo, which is a good thing. And also a top tip for this is take some snap blast grenades. Now if you take those grenades, you can actually stick it to them towards the bottom. The bottom is the weak point, the thrusters. So basically you just throw it there and it does a lot of damage. Same for the anvil, you just want to shoot it at the bottom thrusters. Now in the previously in the video, not in the previous video, previously in this video I mentioned Metaforge. I did actually use Metaforge again on this to look where shredders spawn. So Metaforge does have an interactive map. And basically you can select the filters, so I selected shredders and it showed me where they're most likely to spawn. The best thing is they can also show you top and bottom floor. As you know, Stellamontis is a multi-layered map, and I will now put on some screenshots of those maps. So as you can see, the main areas are the sandbox, medical and cultural archives. Basically you just want to run around and find the shredders. I did it very early into the week for raids, so the shredders were already getting killed and people were doing it. Like I said, I did this solo. I did it with a loadout. I did it solo because I find solos, many people try and do the trials early on so they're a bit friendlier and you don't have that. Well, you do have a risk of them shooting you, but it's for me it's a lower. My lobbies are kind of nice like that. But yeah, you have to do about 3 shredders, I believe, to get the score for 4,000 and get those 3 stars. Like I said, make sure you shoot the thrusters with a shotgun. Shotgun does push them back, so if they come up close, you just use it to push them back and keep them at a distance. Anvil is brilliant because it does heavy damage and you can shoot it quite fast. Snap blast grenades are amazing. Even like showstoppers are pretty good. It sends them flying for some reason if you've not seen that before. But yeah, guys, that is the shredders Stellamontis, and that's all the trials done for this week. And you should have your 3 stars and all the rewards for this week's trials. Now, obviously, if you do want to do trials to get a higher score, I will be coming out with some videos for tips and tricks for that and how I personally do it. They'll be in the probably shorts or over on my TikTok for those because I don't think they do well on YouTube long form. I'm starting out, you know what I mean, so I just want to see what people like. But if you do want to see something like that, solo high scores like over 20k, over 30ks, please comment down below. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, subscribe and share. That'd be brilliant. But also comment what you want to see in the future and any tips and tricks you have for me regarding videos or the actual game. But yeah, guys, happy raiding and happy trials. Peace.